My guest today is one of the best Canadian music artists. Please welcome Karl Wolf. Hi, Karl. How are you?
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Fine, thank you. At first,
Amazing.
I want to talk about your compilation, The Best of Karl Wolf. Everybody know that your career has really begun with the remake of the song Africa. And after you have produced a lot of it to be able to realize a best of your career. Are you surprised about your career success?
Yeah, I mean, it's been so long. It's been about 10 years since I first released Africa and my first album and that sort of thing. So I didn't think it would last this long so far. So, but we're only getting started in America. You know, in 2018 we have my first release in the States. So hopefully another 10 years.
Music has been created to send emotion, and I think you have always done it with a great sensibility in your voice. Do you think is one of the reasons of your success?
I think so. I think being nuanced and having being sensitive to harmonies and melodies is something that people want and love. You know, I grew up. My parents both were musicians. My mom was a piano teacher. My dad used to be in a band. So music was part of my life, and I see music as a way to lift people's spirits and emotions. So I definitely include those, and I attribute it to that for sure.
I want to hear you, Carl, about the evolution of your sound. What do you think about the evolution of your sound?
And when I first started, you know, I don't know if people know this, but I was a producer and songwriter in Quebec. You know, when I was working with Gabriel Gignac at the beginning of my career, and then I went into Star Academy with Antoine Picot and stuff. So I started off as a songwriter, producer first, and then, you know, decided, okay, it's time for me to make my own music and have my solo career. And I think the beginning, my first album, was mainly how do I stand out? How do I be different than everybody else? I think it was more that was my focus. And I think I connected a little more to my Middle Eastern roots, you know, to my Arabic heritage, you know, and I think that's what gave me something different. Like, for example, the song Butterflies or the song Yalla Habibi, that sort of thing. And then in time, as time went on, I guess the need for just music in general, you know, people accepted me as an artist. So now it's time to just make hit songs.
Do you think that it's important to sing songs that concern your life or something that happened to you?
Absolutely. I think most of my songs actually have, you know, are personal to me, and they talk about, you know, events in my life and what I've been through, whether it's hardship, whether it's great moments, whether it's love, whether it's war. You know, my you know, I was born and raised in the Middle East, you know, and I came to Canada in 1995, and I immigrated here. So part of my story is definitely in my music. People know my story.
You had released shortly a new EP called Illusion. What can you say about your new stuff?
Well, my song Illusion is it just came out this past Friday, and it's already number 4 on the top 5 iTunes R&B on iTunes in Canada. So I'm very excited about that. I've got we're on all the Spotify playlists, on Apple Music Best of the Week. So I'm excited about that one. We're shooting the video soon. It's going to be out in January, the music video. What else? Yeah, man.
I want to hear you about your fans. What is the word you have in your mind when you think about them?
When I think about my fans, I just want to make great music for them. You know, I know they've been following me for a while, so it's exciting when I come up with something new and see how people react to my songs and stuff. Because I make songs about my life that I'm living currently, so it's kind of a way of like checking up on my fans and letting them know what I'm up to by putting a song out. You know, it's almost like a post. So I really I'm a big believer in connecting with my fans. I've always done that. You know, we have about 120,000 on Instagram. I've got 500,000 on Facebook. So I'm always staying in touch. I like every comment. I read every comment. Yeah.
Okay, if you have to name just one song, one of your songs that mean everything to you, which one will it be?
Wow. I would say the song Life. I had a song called Life on my first album, and it's just a piano and vocal. and it pretty much explains how I view life sometimes. You know, the line is life. I love it, but I hate it sometimes. You know.
What song you have no other choice but play in concert?
Oh, Africa, for sure. That's the biggest one. When I play that, everybody goes crazy.
Let me talk about Montreal. I know that you have lived in Montreal. What the place in your heart of the city?
Montreal is, you could perfectly describe it as my heart, because my mom, my dad lived there. You know, Montreal is where I went to university, and I spent 13 years of my life there. So I've got most of my good friends there. Everything. That's my home. Montreal, I feel like, is my heart. I love the French people. I love everything about it. It's so romantic. It's so beautiful. So my favorite place to go.
Okay, before we quit, do you know when you will be your next concert in Montreal?
I know that the year is dying down now in terms of concerts and things. This summer was full of shows. We had so many shows this summer. I think we're going to start up next year in January. So we have nothing. I think we're just going to focus on family and Christmas and all that stuff for now.
All right. And just to close, what's next for you, Karl?
I've got the album dropping in April 2018. I've got Illusion, the single that's currently out right now. We've got a remix coming with a rapper in January. And I've also signed a new deal with an American manager in the States for my American debut in 2018.
Karl Wolf, thanks for your time. It's very appreciated.